And here we are in the middle of the Arizona desert. We've got the 2020 GT500 right behind me. We just passed 6,000 miles on the odometer. So this thing is, I think it's still gonna be the most mileage GT500 out there, at least for the time being, which is just so shocking to think about. And this thing, I have to say one thing though, I mentioned this during my cross-country road trip. This is so easy to drive and it's so comfortable at the same time. It's way softer, way smoother than my GT350R. The suspension doesn't feel as harsh. The back tires are holding up pretty good, I think. They are compound tires. I did a ton of burnouts with them at the drag strip. But again, the entire car though, I'm just really impressed with it. Update-wise, I think we are about 100 miles away from the Barrett-Jackson auction. I'm so excited about this because, as you guys know, we have the VIN1 2020 GT500 out there. Well, the outside temperature is 36 degrees, not ideal for these R compound tires, the Toyo R888Rs. I don't think the Cup 2s can handle this kind of weather either. Any temperature below freezing, the Cup 2 tires will crack over time. I think we should be fine. Anyways, off to Barrett-Jackson. Well guys, we made it, and unfortunately, it seems like we're parking on the rocks, all the tiny rocks today, which is not that fun, but good thing is I don't think we're getting a Dording, which is what I'm mainly concerned about. Look at what we just found. This is the all-new Heritage Edition of the GT350R. And then over there to the right, you'll see the classic 60s GT350. And the colors, they look exactly the same. Major difference though is that the stripes on the classic GT350 are actually painted versus the vinyl stickers that you have on the GT350. What do you think though? Please let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on this color combo. So again, Wimbledon white, it's more of like an egg white. It's not as bright white as mine. So I have the Oxford white GT350R, and the stripes for this one are called Guardsman Blue. In person, they look a lot like Ford Performance Blue that you can get on the Ford Performance vehicles. And just notice that right there in the back, the badge is also finished in Guardsman Blue. Here comes the price, $1,965 to match the 1965 GT350. Moving to the right, you have the Grabber line 2020 Shelby GT500. This one has the carbon fiber track pack. Cannot wait to get this car. The rear wing looks so much more aggressive, so much more crazy than the one of my base model GT500. You see how the vinyl stripes, they have major gaps wherever they end on each panel. The painted stripes will fix that issue. The downside is that they cost $10,000 versus the $1,000 stripes you have on this car. And the wheels, they look so much more aggressive on the 2020 500 track pack versus my R. I wish they were exposed carbon fiber. Would you look at this? The same car I have, except finished in iconic silver with white over the top vinyl stripes. Ooh, Shelby has a booth here today. This is the all-new Super Snake Bold Edition, which is finished in, I believe this is Twister Orange, and this really does pop when you look at it. Now body-wise, it looks to be like an ordinary Super Snake from just appearance-wise looking at it. Let's walk over here. It says, okay, 825 horsepower. Dang, that's more than my GT500. What else do you get with this package? It costs $71,000 over and above the base price of your Mustang GT. And that's including painted over the top stripes with a wide body kit, Penske suspension, the supercharger upgrade, upgraded brake system, a roll bar for a convertible, new rear wing and also a hood, and overall new body panels all throughout the vehicle. Finished off with your Shelby wheels and badging. Limited to just 500 units. Overall out there, the price is $123,000. That is gonna be 20 grand more, I think, than my carbon track pack GT500. What are your thoughts? Is the Super Snake with 810 horsepower, or 825 if I'm mistaken, with the wide body package and the Penske suspension with painted stripes, is it worth $123,000? And this one is called, what is that called? It's called the Carroll Shelby Bold Edition Super Snake. So please let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this car and if it's worth the money. Remember this? We were at the reveal for this vehicle in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Super Snake Sport F-150. I wonder how much this is going to cost. $93,385 for the 770 horsepower supercharged Shelby F-150. And what do you get for that? You get the 770 horsepower supercharged system, which is, I believe, a Whipple. You also get Boral exhaust, Shelby by Bear brake system, warranty, and Shelby adjustable suspension with body trim components. The Mustang Mach-E. Still getting used to it. Kind of reminds me of a Tesla, more than I look at it. But again, I don't quite see a Mustang when I look at this. I can see similar style headlights, a pony badge in the front, and maybe the silhouette of the front end, the front fascia, the front grille of a Mustang. From what I'm told is that these are really taking off. When the order banks opened up, a lot of people placed down deposits. I can't wait to see how that thing drives. It's very sad looking at this right here because I applied for a Ford GT, and if I would have gotten it, this would be my exact same spec. The only major difference I'd add is that I'd get the carbon fiber wheels over the standard ones. I'm not sure why Ford denied our application. It's unfortunate. We're definitely going to drive the car, push it hard. But the Shelby will do. The Shelby will definitely do for now. Major downside I see with the Ford GTs is that I've seen so many Ford GTs online that are basically sitting in garages waiting for their contract to end so they can sell them. And that's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh my God, it's got 500 miles on it.
A 2017 Ford GT with only 500 miles on it. So they bought it, waited until the years came by, so 2020 now, 3 years later, and then they didn't drive it, and they waited to sell it. Here's Craig Jackson's second 2020 GT500, and even this one is finished in a one-off color. It matches his EXP Classic 60s Shelby. And looking at it, initially I'm telling myself, that kind of looks like red hot metallic, but instead, I don't see any flakes. Well, the flakes are very dark and blended in. The weirdest thing about all the displays of the 2020 GT500, almost every single car that you see is a carbon fiber track package. Here we are back in California. It's the second day now. That was all yesterday, what happened at Barrett-Jackson, Scottsdale. Now, as you guys saw there, we did see VIN number 1 2020 GT500 and also Craig Jackson's second GT500. I didn't realize that he had two track packs. I thought he'd get a base model and a track pack, but it seems like for both of his allocations, he got two track packs. I wonder why I did that. But also, seeing both his cars in person, they are matching colors to his classic prototype GT500s. One finished in like a candy apple red, and the other one finished in that hornet green. Seeing it though, the green color, it may have too many flakes for me. I don't know if I'd have a car like that. It's kind of overkill, I think, when the sun hits it, because the sparkles in this way, it just appears in the sunlight. It pops. It really does pop. What do you think though, looking at it? Would you order a GT500 in this color? We've had this car for almost 2 months now, and we've done a great job baselining this thing. Set a 10.6 quarter-mile record with this car for a completely stock off-the-showroom floor retail production GT500. And then from there, we went to the racetrack, 2 different tracks, Willow Springs and Buttonwillow Raceway, all with a stock GT500, no mods. And from having this car stock, I don't find I need to mod it. I do not, because the performance of it is already so high. So what we're doing is that we're going to continue to keep getting baseline performance metrics with this car. I think we've done a great job when it comes to the quarter mile, that being 10.6, but I really do want to focus too towards racetrack performance. When it comes to straight line performance though, on the street, we've hit 3.6 seconds 0 to 60s non-stop consecutively. And quarter mile, like you guys saw, 10.6 seconds at 133 miles an hour. Plus on the street, same test, we've gotten 11.6 seconds to quarter mile. That's phenomenal. That's the same time my 2014 GT500 was certified at, 11.6. And we hit that on the street, not the drag strip, not on a prep surface whatsoever. Moving on to the racetrack, we went to Willow Springs Raceway, and we're hitting almost 130 lap times, completely stock on my first track day with this car. The one thing that puts everything in perspective for me was at Barrett-Jackson, seeing the track pack. It looks next level compared to my GT500, and I mean that in the sense of just the aggression. That rear wing is way bigger than the wing behind me with the gurney flap. And those carbon fiber wheels, they look next level. I think it's something that you wouldn't see on a $100,000 car. The only other vehicles out there with pure carbon fiber exposed wheels would be the Ferrari 488 Pista, also the Ford GT Koenigseggs, and having that on a Mustang, plus them being 20 inches, that's a big win. Regarding on-track performance, it's going to really transform the way this car handles and performs. This does feel a bit on the heavy side, and with carbon fiber wheels, it should make the entire car feel lighter. The stock wheels on the GT500, they are on the heavy side. Picking them up, they feel so much more heavy than the wheels on my R. I do have a question for all of you though. Ford has been saying the base model GT500 is faster than the track pack at the drag strip. However though, every single magazine test I've seen when it comes to the base model and the track pack has been faster at the quarter mile. So is that really true? Is the base model the car you get for the drag strip? I think Car and Driver ran an 11.4 with the base model, or 11.5. I'll post the time on the screen right now. And for the track pack, they were like 0.1, 0.2 seconds faster. Even with Edmund's recent test when it comes to the track pack versus Red Eye and ZL1, the track pack was the car that beat the Red Eye in the quarter mile on the street. Well, yes, it does have less drag and less downforce, but when it comes to this car, having carbon fiber wheels and weighing a few hundred pounds less, wouldn't that be a bigger advantage? Wouldn't you be faster in the quarter mile? If we got 10.6 seconds a quarter mile with the base model GT500, how fast are we gonna be with the track pack? We're definitely gonna find out. Anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, it really does help me out, and subscribe for much more great Shelby videos coming your way. It's been really exciting getting the carbon fiber track package moving from this car, because we're gonna get a good idea between what is the better car on the road and also the drag strip, plus the racetrack performance. It's gonna be really exciting seeing how they compare the base model versus the track pack. So stay tuned for that. The car gets built very shortly. Once production starts up again, we should get a better idea when it comes to delivery time. I can't wait. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see all of you in the next episode.